Hello, world. Ted. Circle. Yeah. Wow, wonderful, Ted, yeah. Juggling is a balance between throws and catches at about a 1-to-1 ratio. I would like to further put out that juggling is an important part of a balanced breakfast. Now, what I'd like to do is share with you the steps to acquire this balance in your life, also tell you a little bit about myself, and hopefully share with you some lessons that you can apply to your passions and or endeavors. Now, it begins with a juggling ball. Juggling is a balance between up and down. See, a juggler throws balls up, but the entire planet conspires to pull that ball down to the ground. And here in the middle is where juggling happens. About 25 years ago, I learned how to juggle on a whim out of a book, and it changed my life. See, I was one of those kids that needed something like juggling. I was the wiggly kid in class, always tapping my foot, poking you in the back. Sorry. Socially awkward, so juggling was perfect, because juggling is very non-threatening. It's even kind of cool in some circles. So I learned how to juggle. And the first step in juggling is to celebrate your throws, because the throw is the building block to juggling. And anything that you want to learn how to do, you break it down into steps. Now, I wanted to juggle, juggling 3. I wanted to juggle 3. But the book said no, no, no. Take a breath and celebrate your throw. Throw 1 ball. Now, there are lots of ways to throw 1 ball back and forth. And I was pretty good at this initially. And naturally, I feel like I kind of had it. So you can throw it back and forth like this, like this. You can do a trick like under your arm, whoa. Behind your back, whoa. Under your leg, whoa. On the ground, whoa. Now, when you're learning to juggle, a good throw is going to be an underhand throw across your body, where you catch it on the outside and you swoop it up by your belly button a little bit above your forehead. You throw it back and forth. And your hands shouldn't be up here. Keep them nice and low. Accept the ball as it comes to you. Love it, embrace it. Swoop it back up. Step 1. Embrace your throws. Step 2. Now, step 1, I'll be honest with you, it's the easiest step. Step 2, I'm sad to inform you, is the hardest step. I know, right? From the easiest to the hardest. 2-ball juggling. Now, I have taught hundreds, maybe thousands of people how to juggle. And when people come up to me showing me what they can do as far as juggling goes, usually it's maxed out at 2. I can juggle 2. It's the hardest step. It's where people quit. They show me one of 3 approaches. Either this, which is perfectly viable, but you're limited by the number of throwing and catching appendages you have. Octopi have a natural advantage. 2, I see this, the circle. Now raise your hand if you can juggle 2 balls. I'm willing to bet 95% of you can do the circle. It has a natural advantage in that it favors your dominant hand for either the throw or the catch. However, it doesn't scale up to 3 as nicely as another method. Now, the third way people will say they can juggle 2 balls, they'll do 2 in 1 hand. Usually I see a circle. Sometimes I see side by side. Never do I see over the top. But these are all viable methods to juggle 2 balls. 2-ball juggling with 2 hands is good too, but it doesn't really build. And only a juggler will do the 501, which is a great practice for a 3-ball trick with a funny name, named for the description of the trick using site swap, a numerical notation to describe the throws, 531 or 501. But when you're learning to juggle, what you want to do is you want to do the exchange, which looks like this. Unfortunately, it looks like this. See, this is the hardest step. We do this exchange where we throw 1 ball up, and right as it gets to the top, we throw the other ball underneath it. And they fall to the ground. Now, this falling to the ground, what we have to do is we have to embrace the drops. We have to come to terms with the fact that we're going to drop balls. See, when we juggle our 2 balls and we're doing this, we do it wrong, but it's intuitive because we're not dropping. I'm not dropping. Look at me go, look at me go, look at me go. No. I will not look at you go anymore. Because you're reinforcing an obstacle by not following a path that will get you to your goal. So, the exchange. Throw 1 ball up, throw the other one underneath it, and catch it. Practice on one side, practice on the other side, and that's beautiful. And again, embrace the drops. If you drop, look at what happens. A ball goes over there. I threw it with this hand. That was a second throw. Way over there. I got to fix this hand. I got to throw it back. All right? We're always looking for clues on what's going to get us to achieve our goal. Embrace the drops. You can also listen. This is fun. Throw, throw. Right? See, we can use our ears to help us learn how to juggle because they plopped in the ground at the same time and we threw them, meaning they went the same height. So the exchange, 2 balls. But we don't stop there. Ooh, a hair. This was from your talk. There you go. You can do a weave. I don't know. Step 3, 3 balls. Now, the good news is when you can juggle 2, I have extras. Don't uh-oh me. Embrace the drops. Et tu, Brute? Shakespeare. So 3 balls. Now, when you can juggle 2, you can do the exchange. That's the hardest step. Juggling 3 balls is a freebie. It's a freebie because really what you do is step 2, put a line over it, repeat, right? Step 3 is doing step 2 again and again and again and again and again. You throw 1 ball up, it gets to the top, you throw the other ball underneath it. And then when that ball comes down, you throw the 3rd ball underneath it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is juggling. And when you first learn to juggle, it looks like this. And with some practice, looks like this. Now, if you can juggle, well, thank you for holding your applause. I appreciate it. No. Now it doesn't feel the same, so it's just, that was empty. No, see. Now, if you can juggle, chances are you stopped here. Maybe you learned a trick or 2. But a juggler will do that process again and again and again because we have a love of throwing up and keeping stuff off the ground. Now, there were only 3 things in my life that I ever wanted to be. The first thing was a garbage collector, because look at all that free stuff you get. Even now, I have a hard time driving down the road, not want to load up. The second thing was an accountant, because I was good at it, and it seemed like you could go to college for it, and mom and dad would support that. The third thing was a juggler. And as I took this on after college, I want to be a juggler. I befriended jugglers, and I got involved in a community of performers and jugglers. And it was kind of good because it opened up my mind to what a juggler could be, but at the same time, it challenged me. Because, see, I saw my friends, great jugglers, my mentors, doing these wonderful things and achieving these goals of performing on stage in front of people. And their process was rigorous. They would rehearse, and they would practice, and they would think, and they would read. And I didn't like doing any of those things. I just wanted to get in front of people and play. And for the first 10 years of my life, in that community, I was hard on myself. I was doing what I was doing. I was having fun, but I didn't feel like I was doing it right. I felt like the product, being a juggler, I was going about it the wrong way. The process was wrong. Well, it took about 10 years for me to realize that while I wasn't paying attention, I actually developed my own style. That was good. It was good enough. It was good for me. Good enough for you. And so one of the first things I started doing was juggling the music. Oh, music. I don't have any music today, so I'll make my own with my face. Oh, no, not yet. You haven't heard the whoa. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. What? I heard a solo over there. That was really nice. It's funny, right? I'm a performer. I juggle. And I knew I had this TED Talk for about a month and a half. So I was like, well, how am I going to end this show? It's a show. For me, it's not a talk. It's a show. And I went back and forth. Maybe I'll do my big trick. Oh, my biggest trick, because that's you want to end on a big bang. And then I was like, whoa, no, this is TED Talk. I should be vulnerable. Maybe I should try a trick I can't do, which, when you do a search term in your head of things you can't do, returns a lot of results. And so I really, my goal was to nail it on time. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to hit this on 12 minutes excellent. I'm down to 18 seconds, so I'm going to have to do the biggest trick I know how to do. 5-ball juggle with eyes closed. Close your eyes. No. I want to end by saying this. I hope that I lit a little fire in your belly to celebrate your throws, embrace your drops, go out those doors, pick up a set of balls, and juggle boldly. Or whatever. Thank you.